So we were doing problem number 10. In problem number 10, it is asking you to calculate the indifference point. So in one plan we have only equity, the other plan we have equity plus debenture. So we have applied x into 1 minus t by n1. This is only equity. X minus I into 1 minus t by n2. This is equity and debentures. I stands for interest on debentures. So here I have written x is nothing but we have to find out EBIT at indifference point, t tax rate, I interest on debentures, n1 number of equity shares if only equity shares are issued, and n2 number of equity shares outstanding if equity share and debentures are issued. Substituting and calculating, we got x value 20,000. So indifference point is 20,000. Second question is asking you to prove that the indifference point is correct. Verify whether our indifference point is correct or not. So we have taken two columns, A that is equity and debenture, B column only equity. EBIT we have taken 20,000. Deduct interest on debenture, PBT less tax, PAT number of shares, we get EPS. So EPS we got 5 rupees, 5 rupees. So indifference point is that point at which two plants will give the same EPS. We got the same EPS. Hence our problem, our answer is proved that the correct indifference point is 20,000. Now third question. The third question is asking you compute EPS under the two proposed financial plans if EBIT is 30,000 and rupees 40,000. ये दोनों सिचुएशन में EPS कितना होगा if the EBIT is 30,000 or 40,000. In one table itself we can make the calculations. EBIT 30,000. Here we take EBIT is equal to 40,000. Again two plans will make A, B. A plan equity plus debenture. B plan only equity. Here also equity plus debenture. Here only equity. EBIT. So we are taking EBIT 30,000. 30,000. Here we take EBIT 40,000. 40,000. Less interest on debentures. Interest on debenture is 10% of 1 lakh. It comes to 10,000. Now here I take 10,000 dash. Here 10,000 dash. जहाँ डिबेंचर है वहाँ पर इंटरेस्ट, जहाँ डिबेंचर नहीं है वहाँ पर इंटरेस्ट नहीं आता. तो इट इज 20,000, here 30,000, here 30,000, here 40,000. This is PBT. Less income tax at the rate of 50%. So here 10,000, 15,000, 15,000, 20,000. Subtract. So 10,000, 15,000, 15,000, 20,000. This is PAT. There is no preference dividend. Number of equity shares. Number of equity shares are, when equity and debentures are there, 1,000 shares. When only equity shares is the 2,000. So 1,000, 2,000. Now EPS. PAT divided by number of shares. So 10,000 divided by 1,000, rupees 10. Then 15 divided by 2, 7.5. Here 15 divided by 1, rupees 15. Here 10. That's all. It is asking you to calculate the EPS. And we got the EPS in both situations. If EBIT is 30,000, 10 rupees and 7.5 rupees are the EPS. In the first plan, in second plan. So when the EBIT is 40,000, again 15, 10. तो इन दोनों केसेस में चाहे EBIT 30,000 हो या 40,000 हो, प्लान A is better. प्लान A is better. Equity plus debenture plan is better. यहाँ 10 rupees ज़्यादा है, दोनों में कंपेयर करें तो 10 rupees is more. Here ये दोनों में कंपेयर करें तो 15 rupees is more. So in both cases, whether the EBIT is 30,000 or 40,000, plan A is better. Right? Plan A is better. See the next problem, problem number 11. A firm is considering methods to finance its investment proposals. It is estimated that initially rupees 4 lakh will be needed. Initially rupees 4 lakh will be needed. Two alternative methods of raising funds are available. Issue of 15% loan amounting to rupees 2 lakh and issue 2000 equity share of rupees 100 each. The first plan we have 2 lakh rupees loan and 2 lakh rupees equity. Total requirement 4 lakh. Second, issue of 4000 equity share of rupees 100 each. Appropriate tax rate is 50%. Assuming the operating profit EBIT of 70,000 and 80,000, which financial proposal would you recommend and why? The first question, if the EBIT is 70,000 and 80,000, which plan is better? Second, compute the indifference point. तो पहले ये मालूम करेंगे how much is the EPS if the EBIT is 70,000 and 80,000, just like the previous problem. It is 11th one. Financial plans, equity plus debt. This is only equity. Else we can calculate in both ways also. At the same time we calculate by taking 40,000, 70,000 and 80,000. So EBIT is 70,000, EBIT 80,000. So two plans will make, here A, B, here also A, B. Here we'll take equity plus debentures. Here we'll take only equity. Equity plus debenture, only equity. Now EBIT 70,000, here also 70,000, here 80,000, here also 80,000. Now from EBIT we deduct interest on loan. Interest on 15% of rupees 2 lakh. 30,000. So it will become 40,000, 70,000, 50,000, 80,000. This is PBT. Less income tax at the rate of 50%. 20,000, 35,000, 25,000, 40,000. We subtract. So 20,000, 35, 25, 40. This is the PAT. We don't have any preference dividend. Number of equity shares. So how many shares when equity and loan? First case 2,000. Second case only equity 4,000. EPS is equal to PAT divided by number of shares. So 20,000 divided by 2,000, rupees 10. Here 35 divided by 4. $35 divided by 4. Profit available is 30,000, 40,000, no, 70,000. 10 and 35 divided by 4, 8.75. Here 25 divided by 2, 12.5. here rupees 10. 10 rupees, 12.5, right. So in this case, when EBIT is 70,000, A plan is better because 10 is more than 8.75. When EBIT is 80,000, again A plan is better because it is 12.5, great. So in both cases, whether EBIT is 70,000 or 80,000, we suggest the company to go for plan A. Since in this case, the EPS is more. ये दोनों को कंपेयर करें तो 10 रुपीज, यहां पर दोनों को कंपेयर करें 12.5. First question completed. Now second question is asking you, compute the indifference point. Equity versus equity plus debt. So x into 1 minus t by n1 is equal to x minus I into 1 minus t by n2. Here t is equal to 50%, 0.5. n1 is equal to number of equity shares if only equity shares are issued, 4,000. n2, number of equity shares if equity shares and loan is taken, 2,000. I, interest on loan, 30,000. That's it. So now we substitute x into 1 minus 0.5 divided by 4,000 is equal to x minus 30,000 into 1 minus 0.5 divided by 2,000, right? Now 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5, 0.5 into x, 0.5x divided by 4,000 is equal to 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5, 0.5 into x, 0.5x minus 0.5 into 30,000, 15,000 divided by 2,000. Now, to simplify the calculations, again we cancel these 3 zeros, these 3 zeros. Then 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. ये कैंसिल करें तो भी वही आंसर आता, नहीं भी करके अगर क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो वही आंसर आएगा. टू सिंप्लीफाई द कैलकुलेशन, टू सेव द टाइम एंड कैंसिलिंग. नाउ क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई, 2 into 0.5 is 1x minus 2 into 15,000 is 30,000 is equal to 1 into 0.5x, 0.5x. Now bring this 30,000 to RHS and take this 0.5 to LHS. X minus 0.5x is equal to 30,000. 1 minus 0.5, x minus 0.5 का मतलब 0.5x. तो 0.5x is equal to 30,000. X is equal to 30,000 divided by 0.5. That is equal to 60,000. Therefore, indifference point is equal to rupees 60,000. 60,000 rupees indifference point. At 60,000 of EBIT, both plans will give the same EPS. अब यहां पर 70-80 लिए थे तो ये इंडिफरेंस पॉइंट से ज्यादा था, और जब भी EBIT इंडिफरेंस पॉइंट से ज्यादा होगा तो लीवर्ड कैपिटल विल बी बेटर. लीवर्ड कैपिटल का मतलब जहां पर लोन रहेगा वो बेटर है. नाउ सी द नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम, that is 12th problem. Determine the indifference point by formula of the financial plans 1 A and B and 2 A and C. तो तीन plans दिया A, B, C. तो it is asking you to find out the indifference point between A and B. पहले indifference point A और B के बीच में मालूम करेंगे, उसके बाद indifference point A और C के बीच में मालूम करेंगे. By the finance department of a company to finance its capital budget assuming 50% tax rate. तो पहले प्लान में 1 लाख इक्विटी शेयर ऑफ ₹20 पर शेयर, 1 लाख इक्विटी शेयर इश्यू करना है, तो इंटू 20, तो 20 लाख हो गया. 1 लाख इंटू 20 विल बी 20 लाख. तो कंपनी को 20 लाख रुपये चाहिए. अगर पहला प्लान अडॉप्ट करेंगे तो पूरे 1 लाख शेयर इश्यू करेंगे, एक शेयर 20 रुपये. सेकेंड, issue 50,000 equity share of 20 per share and 10% debenture of 10 lakh. तो सेकेंड प्लान में, बी प्लान में इक्विटी एंड डिबेंचर, यानी 10 लाख रुपए का इक्विटी है और 10 लाख रुपए का डिबेंचर है. थर्ड प्लान में issue 50,000 equity share of 20 per share and 12% preference shares of rupees 10 lakh. तो पहले प्लान में ओनली इक्विटी है, दूसरे प्लान में इक्विटी और डिबेंचर्स है, और तीसरे प्लान में इक्विटी एंड प्रेफरेंस है. तो पहले मालूम करेंगे ए और बी के बीच में. We'll find out what is the difference point between A and B. This is problem number 12. Calculation of indifference point between plan A and B. Equity versus equity plus debenture. X into 1 minus t by n1 is equal to x minus I into 1 minus t by n2. अब यहां पर लेके मालूम करेंगे t is equal to tax rate. Tax rate is given in the problem 50%. 0.5. Then I is equal to interest on debentures. So 10% of 10 lakhs is equal to 1 lakh. Then N1 is equal to number of equity shares if only equity shares are issued. अगर only equity shares अगर issue करें तो 1 lakh shares. And N2 is equal to number of equity shares if equity shares and debentures are issued. अगर दोनों issue करेंगे तो 50,000. That's it. Now we substitute x into 1 minus 0.5 divided by 1 lakh is equal to x minus 1 lakh into 1 minus 0.5 divided by 50,000. Now 1 minus 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 into x, 0.5x divided by 1 lakh is equal to 1 minus 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 into x, 0.5x minus 0.5 into 1 lakh is 50,000 divided by 50,000. Now we can cancel. See here, 50,000 one times, 50,000 two times. 50,000 one time, 50,000 two times. Now we can make the cross multiplication. 2 into 0.5 is 1, 1x minus 2 into 50,000 is 1 lakh. 1 into 0.5 is 0.5x. Now take this 0.5x. X minus 0.5x is equal to 1 lakh. 0.5x is equal to 1 lakh. X is equal to 1 lakh divided by 0.5. So x is equal to 2 lakhs. Therefore, indifference point between plan A and B is equal to rupees 2 lakhs. First answer completed. Now we'll move on to second point. It is asking you to calculate the indifference point between A and C. Calculation of indifference point between A and C. Between A and C. So in A plan we have only equity, versus in C plan we have equity plus preference. First time we are applying equity versus equity plus preference. Only equity का मतलब x into 1 minus t by n1. This is only equity. Now equity plus preference, तो x into 1 minus t minus p divided by n3. See interest नहीं है, यहाँ पर x minus I लिए थे. क्यों I लिए थे? Because debentures are there, interest will be paid. Here there is no debenture, no interest. तो x into 1 minus t minus p divided by n3. So here we'll take N1 is equal to 1 lakh shares and N3 is equal to, how many shares are there in C plant? You can see issue of 50,000 equity share of 20% and 12% preference shares of rupees 10 lakh. So 50,000 shares. P is equal to preference dividend, that is equal to 12% of 10 lakhs, that is equal to 1,20,000. That's it. Now we substitute x into 1 minus 0.5 divided by 1 lakh is equal to x into 1 minus 0.5 minus 1,20,000 divided by 50,000. Now 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5x divided by 1 lakh is equal to 1 minus 0.5, 0.5x minus 1,20,000 divided by 50,000. Now we can cancel 50,000 one times, 50,000 two times. Now we can make the cross multiplication. Cross multiplication, 2 into 0.5, so 1x. 2 into 0.5 is 1x minus 2 into 1,20,000, 2,40,000 is equal to 1 into 0.5x, 0.5x. Bring this x to left hand side. 0.5x is equal to 2,40,000. Then x is equal to 2,40,000 divided by 0.5. Therefore, indifference point between plan A and C is equal to rupees 4,80,000. That's it. So in this case we have taken equity versus equity plus preference. There we have taken equity versus equity plus debentures. Even if you want to verify, you can verify. You will get both the EPS same. Now, problem number 13. The financial manager of a company has formulated various financial plans to finance 30 lakh rupees required to implement various capital budgeting projects. तो कंपनी को 30 लाख रुपीस चाहिए. You are required to determine the indifference point for each plan, assuming 55% corporate tax rate and face value of equity share is 100. 30 लाख रुपीस टोटल अमाउंट चाहिए. एक शेयर का फेस वैल्यू 100 रुपीस है, तो 30 लाख डिवाइडेड बाय 100 यू विल गेट 30,000 शेयर्स. अगर ओनली इक्विटी शेयर्स कहीं पर इश्यू कर रहे हैं तो 30,000 शेयर्स. हाउ? 30 लाख डिवाइडेड बाय 100, right? Now first A, either equity share capital of 30 lakh or 15 lakh 10% debenture and 15 lakh equity shares. तो पहले A का indifference point हमको मालूम करेंगे, where we have in one plan we have only equity, either equity capital of 30 lakh. तो पहले प्लान में ओनली इक्विटी है और दूसरे प्लान में 15 लाख रुपए के डिबेंचर है और 15 लाख रुपए के इक्विटी है. तो फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम नंबर 13, ए पॉइंट, इक्विटी वर्सेस इक्विटी प्लस डिबेंचर. x into 1 minus t by n1 is equal to x minus I into 1 minus t divided by n2. So here t is equal to 55%, 0.55. n1 is equal to number of equity shares if only equity shares are issued. So if only equity shares are issued, 30 lakh divided by 100 is equal to 30,000 shares. n2 is equal to number of equity shares if equity share and debentures both are issued. जब दोनों इश्यू करें तो 15 लाख रुपए के इक्विटी शेयर है. I is equal to interest on debentures, 10% of 15 lakh, 1,50,000. Right? Over. Now we can substitute x into 1 minus 0.55 divided by 30,000 is equal to x minus 1,50,000 into 1 minus 0.55 divided by 15,000. So now 1 minus 0.55 is 0.45. So 0.45x divided by 30,000 is equal to 0.45x minus 0.45 into 1,50,000. Now see here, 0.45 into 1,50,000, you will get 67,500 divided by 15,000. Now 0.45x minus 67. Now 15,000 one times, 15,000 two times. Cross multiply. 2 into 0.45 is 0.9 minus 2 into 67,500. You will get 1,35,000. 2 into 67,500, you will get 1,35,000 is equal to 1 into 0.45x. 0.45x. Bring 0.45 to LHS. So 0.9x minus 0.45x is equal to 1,35,000. तो 0.9 में से 0.45 निकाल दो, 0.45x is equal to 1,35,000. तो x is equal to 1,35,000 divided by 0.45. तो 1,35,000 is equal to 3 lakh. Indifference point is equal to rupees 3 lakh. First answer completed. First A bit completed. We have calculated the indifference point. Little bit of mathematics is required here. Even if you are weak in mathematics, you can learn, because every time we are doing the same type of calculations. Now B point. B point, either equity share capital of 30 lakh, so only equity. Either equity share capital of 30 lakh or 12% preference share capital 10 lakh and 20 lakh equity. So equity plus preference. Second B bit, we have equity versus equity plus preference, right? So only equity means x into 1 minus t by n1. Equity plus preference, so x into 1 minus t minus p divided by n3. n2 तब लेंगे जब डिबेंचर्स रहा तो, प्रेफरेंस रहा तो n3 लेंगे और इंटरेस्ट नहीं आएगा. तो here what p is equal to preference. How much is the preference dividend? 12% preference share capital of 10 lakh. So 12% of 10 lakh, 1,20,000. Similarly,